The further that we get away from the Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer, and the more info and leaks that we're getting, it's pretty much becoming all but confirmed that Namor will not be from Atlantis in the MCU. I don't think we really needed a confirmation of this or anything like that, because it's pretty evident, but let's talk about, well, why Atlantis doesn't exist potentially. Now, before we get into this, I know exactly what you're going to say, but Armin, Iron Man 2, don't you remember? Atlantis? Look at it. It's right there. Zoom in, Armin. Do it. It's right there. Don't you see it? There it is. That's Atlantis. That kind of brings up a couple problems I want to bring up. First and foremost, just bear with me here for a minute before I get into the whole Namor thing. The ancient descriptions of Atlantis by Plato, if you are to translate them, moving west past Gibraltar, it would be where this map shows it. So that is a far cry from where it is here on this map. So therefore, the MCU already, well, had it wrong. Either way, though, it's a mythical city, so it doesn't really matter. Just like comic book things. So it's really not surprising that we're hearing that it's confirmed, since Namor will be of Aztec descent, which we literally see in the Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer, that he will have no connections to Atlantis. He will instead be from, well, a city that can be, I guess, interpreted or misconstrued, or maybe the Spaniards thought it was Atlantis or El Dorado, but it's just a completely different underwater kingdom with Atlanteans, or whatever they're going to be called in this, and Namor is their king. And honestly, look, I could sit here and be mad about it, or I can just accept what they're doing and kind of go with it, just like I have for most things nowadays with the MCU and DCEU changing things to give us a new interpretation of things, and I'm okay with it. Now, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm going to wager a guess. We know that Namor took years to get off the ground and put him into anything because of copyrights and things holding the character back and locked into certain contracts. There's still some of those contracts that are out there. I'm not going to say I know this for a fact. Some scooper is probably about to tweet about it after this somewhere back. Actually, this is why. Atlantis is probably contractually obligated to one of the other things that's tied up with Namor, where his contract was split up amongst 4 or 5 different entities. Clearly, Universal finally lost their rights, and, well, now they can put Namor into things, just like they can do things with She-Hulk, but they still can't produce a standalone thing, which is why we don't have a new Hulk movie. So, obviously, things have been worked out, but there's still got to be something that locks him into Atlantis that's hard to get over. And they decided, hey, we can just do this over here. We'll lean into this aspect of it, and if we ever get the full thing back, then we can still put Atlantis in this. To me, that would make sense. So, I'm honestly okay with this because it's changing up the, well, I guess, representation angle, but also Namor to a different degree where you can understand maybe why he's going to still have a lot of resentment. And also just remember, Wakanda is at the site of an impact crater. Remember, Mexico has one too, and it's right there close to Aztec country. I mean, country as in land, you know. So yeah, it kind of makes sense to me. Either way, though, I'm cool with it. We're finally getting Namor. I'm not going to nitpick this, just like Aquaman. We finally got Aquaman on the other side. It's good. It's about time we got the fish people out here for representation. I still will say, though, more people are upset about this change than Aquaman being Polynesian. Interesting.